A while back, I saw a cartoon in the Toronto Sun that made me laugh. A perfect afternoon includes all the things you want to do and nothing that you have to do. Perfect description of a perfect day off. And later in the afternoon, while working on the Bible, I came across this line in Zechariah: "For who hath despised the day of small things?" And the two started marching about in my brain, because so often it's the small things that one wants to do and for which one never finds time. Yet it's the small things, the first steps, that lead to great accomplishments and happy times. In this crazy, busy world, sometimes there seems to be no time just to do nothing, to lie back and let your mind wander and dream. That luxury seems to be one that we deny ourselves on a regular basis. When did you last just let your mind wander, wherever it just happened to go, to other times and people and places, to consider and reject all the finest of treats for dinner and end up with a peanut butter sandwich because it takes no effort and always tastes like home, to contemplate a walk with the dogs or without them, to pick up a book to read and then put it down is just too much work to be bothered. It all adds up to a day of wonderful self-indulgence at no cost to anyone else, a day to be treasured. Odds are, it's been quite some time since you last treated yourself to such a day. Have you noticed how these days every moment seemingly must somehow be filled, no matter how uselessly? Walking down the street, in a streetcar or restaurant, at the sports arena or the mall, one is surrounded by headsets and lips moving, the one plugged into your own ears setting the example. Is there no way to disconnect from news, music, friends, boss, or whatever incessantly demands one's attention? What happened to just wandering from streetcar to front door while noticing how number 11's dandelions are running amok and that number 35 is getting a new roof? And how number 89 is really looking nice with their ebony black front door, complemented by the black mulch between their new ferns. Will the world end if you're not distracted from that ramble down your street by an update on who did what to whom on your phone? And then you get home and settle down in front of the TV to eat dinner. If nothing interests you on the hundreds of channels, there are always reruns of movies, your tablet with games and YouTube, or your watch counting the number of steps you've taken or warning you of a forgotten commitment. You go to bed with the TV set programmed to turn itself off in an hour or so, or the online course you're taking lulling you to dreamland faster than a sleeping pill. And what has happened to the time that used to be spent on crafts and hobbies? Knitting, woodworking, crocheting, fly making, preserving jams and jellies, collecting stamps or coins, and so much more. And what about the clubs and organizations we belong to? Lions and ACW, the Rebeccas and the Masons, the Cubs and Brownies, the things for which we volunteered our time and made lifelong friends. The sports clubs that kept us fit as we chased the cup and treasured the ribbons. Baseball, hockey, bowling, swimming, badminton, the trampoline, and the marching band. Something for every season, taste, and term. Where has the time gone that we used to have for such things? I don't know, but free time no longer seems free for anything anymore. How did our lives get so cluttered with things that don't give us much pleasure, don't serve others or our faith, don't enrich our lives, and steal time away from things that do provide joy and satisfaction? When did it happen? It just seemed to sneak up on us, and before we noticed, those moments just seeking to be filled with something new and interesting or old and comfortable had vanished. To be the kind of person we want to be, doing and caring and loving, needs time for oneself as well. Time off. Time to just be. Time to refresh, to renew, to regrow, to embrace today. Well, you can call it self-indulgence if you will, but what it really is self-renewal. renewal so that you're able to appreciate and employ the small things that launch us into the great and memorable and worthy things. Exhaustion does not inspire one. Feeling guilty for looking after oneself is nonsense. Balance is what is needed to live a true, honest, and Christian life. If you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to care for others. Lighten the burden of time-filling irrelevance and set time aside just for you. Turn off all the noise and chatter and clutter about you. Rediscover what free time is all about in all its richness. It's the freedom to be good to you, an adventure in lays and discovery. And so, this day, made for you and for me, I pray. Gracious Spirit, give me the grace and wisdom to say no to things that distract me and use up my time. Too much of what is worthwhile and valuable in my life is wasted on things that give neither me nor anyone else joy. I need to spend more time appreciating what I have and more time being truly with others when I'm with them and with God when I'm not. So may it be. Amen.